Hi there, my name is James Watley, and this is a book about family tragedy. All has to do with Grandma Takeover and a declaration that she made when my son was 3 days old. She said, "He's mine." It was a living hell, if you will, for 18 years. She was an elementary school teacher, and she was so obsessed and then possessed my son to the point where he was so incredibly spoiled he never even got out of grade school. He abused his mom and his sister and myself. He tried to kill me twice. The mom, children's mother, she passed in 1993. She had lupus erythematosus, and she had lost both lower limbs. And she didn't really have such a great, strong will. So she didn't stand up to her son, most certainly didn't stand up to her mother. So my son was so incredibly spoiled. And June didn't like me at all, and so she ran me down. And so what happened was, he had this attitude because of the possessive nature, like the devil's keeper type of thing, you know. So his sister, my darling daughter, she's now 45, he is 47. We started talking in 2007 through 2010 with narratives about our lives. And I was able in 2014 to get these were all in a digital recorder, get these transcribed, and now I'm at a point where Florine has entered my life, and she's done all these wonderful illustrations where it can be put in a book, and I've aligned myself with a publishing company and basically need the monies to get the job done. So the outcome, the intention, has to do with helping humanity, help to heal people like how the healing took place with my daughter and myself. So my son, here's how a lot of this kind of got started. My son found this set of books in the home. They were published in 1970, and so he started learning some of the teaching some of the techniques of pentagrams, that type of thing. And unknown to me, he was worshiping Satan. He used to tell my daughter, and I didn't learn about this till years later, he was worshiping Satan. So what he did, he sat in his room, as you can see over here, doing incantations on me. I had no idea he was doing that or was into these books or anything. And the incantations worked. So one morning, I'm a side sleeper, one morning I was feeling crushed. And I looked up, and here was this thing. It was alive, it was pulsating. There were fluorescent green and red tentacles undulating off of this thing. So I looked up, and I said, "By the authority and in the name of Jesus the Christ, you are cast out now." Poof, it disappeared. And in Judy's room, there were two spheres hovering over her door, preventing her from leaving the room or even getting out of her bed. So the story is going to be a fictionalized memoir about these events. Everything from a trip that June took the children through the country, some of the experience they had, experience with my son at home, where this is a red paint chapter about him being dumped out of a car by a neighbor with red paint all over him. 3 days prior in the garage, he had asked about a marble in a spray can. I said, Jimmy, I says, don't touch that. Don't try and open that up. 3 days later, he's over a couple blocks away, and he took a hatchet to a spray can on railroad track, and it exploded. So I had to clean him up, take him to the hospital, and the doctor said he could have lost his eyesight or his hearing. So he recovered from it, all because of a marble in a spray can. And then other incidents were after my wife and Judy's mom, children's mom, passed away. It was in about 19, I think it was 97, 99, something like that. The mom appeared in spirit to Judy because Judy was stressed out about something going on in her life. And so she appeared and stroked her arm and told her everything was going to be all right. So, most certainly, consciousness survives, and her mom comes around her even to this day. So a whole series of illustrations have been developed by Florine, my good friend, to populate this book among the chapters. This is all about really getting everyone to understand that these types of things happen in families and that we can survive. In my case, I learned a ton, and Judy and I, all the healing between the two of us took place to this day. I can't tell her enough how I love her. But this book must get out. It's important that it gets out so I can talk to audiences large and small about this family tragedy. And maybe a lot of people are going to resonate because a lot of people just don't talk about it. I am. So there you go. Please help with funding for this book. Thank you so much.